Picture this. A 13-year-old boy knocks on a girl's front door in Dublin. He tells her her crush wants to see her. She believes him. She walks with him through a park and she never comes back. Bam. Yeah, this isn't a horror movie. This is real life Ireland 2018. And the twists in this story will have you looking at your phone in a whole new way. Meet Ana Kriegel, 14 years old, living in Leixlip, County Kildare, just outside Dublin. She was adopted from Russia. She stood out tall, quiet, a bit different. People picked on her, online and in school. She wanted to fit in, but most days she felt on the outside looking in. Then there's Boy A and Boy B, both 13. To the outside world, just two normal lads. School uniforms, video games hanging around the park, but behind that, something darker. And the stage is set in the Dublin suburbs, quiet estates, public parks, and a ruined farmhouse in Lucan called Glenwood House. Old walls, smashed windows, graffiti everywhere. The kind of place you dare your mates to go into at night. It was May 14th, 2018. Anna went to a counseling session that afternoon, then headed home. Later, there was a knock at the door. It was Boy B. He told Anna that Boy A wanted to see her. That was strange. Anna didn't really have close friends, so when she left the house with him, her parents were surprised. The last confirmed sighting of Anna was around 5:30 in St. Catherine's Park. After that, silence, no calls, no messages. She was just gone. Here's the twist. Anna had made fake social media accounts where she bullied herself. Yeah, she literally wrote cruel things about herself online. Nobody really knows if it was a way to get attention or just a way to cope. Either way, it showed just how isolated she felt. 3 days later, on May 17th, search teams found Anna's body in Glenwood House, that abandoned farmhouse in Lucan. The place was falling apart, windows smashed, walls covered in graffiti. Inside, her clothes were scattered. The post-mortem showed blunt force trauma to her head. Around her neck was blue building tape. There were also signs she had been assaulted. The scene was chilling. A teenager lured out of her home, ending up in one of the darkest corners of Dublin's outskirts. 3 days after Anna vanished on May 17th, the search finally ended at a place locals already whispered about Glenwood House in Lucan. It was a derelict shell of a building. Roof half caved in, graffiti on the walls, weeds taking over the floor. The kind of place kids dared each other to explore but never went alone. Inside, the scene was disturbing. Anna's clothes were scattered. Her body was discovered in a corner of the ruined house. The post-mortem later revealed she had died from blunt force trauma to the head. Around her neck was blue Tuscan building tape. Investigators also confirmed there had been an attempt at a sexual assault. This wasn't just a tragic disappearance anymore. This was murder. And not just any murder, this was the kind of crime Ireland wasn't prepared for. A 14-year-old girl killed in a calculated trap in a place that looked like it belonged in a horror film. Once Anna's body was found, the guards launched one of the biggest investigations Ireland had seen in years. They pulled together more than 700 hours of CCTV footage. Every street, every shop camera, every bus stop near Leixlip and Lucan got combed through. Boy B was the first crack in the case. He told the guards he had walked with Anna to the park and left her there. But when detectives showed him the CCTV, his story fell apart. He finally admitted, "What I told you yesterday was a lie." That was the start of his unraveling. Then came Boy A. When officers searched his bedroom, they found what they later called a murder kit. Gloves, knee pads, a mask shaped like a skull, a snood, shin guards, and here's the kicker: Anna's blood was found on that mask. That kit explained why the farmhouse had no usable fingerprints. They had gone in prepared, planned, thought ahead. For two 13-year-olds, that was chilling. The boys' phones didn't save them either. Their digital footprints told the real story. Search histories, deleted messages, online chats, all of it built a timeline the boys couldn't escape. By April 2019, the case went to trial in the Central Criminal Court in Dublin. Because Irish law protects underage defendants, the boys couldn't be named. To the public, they became Boy A and Boy B, two ordinary labels for two kids who had done something extraordinary in the worst way possible. The prosecution built a strong case against Boy A. They had forensic evidence from the mask, Anna's blood, and the so-called murder kit. CCTV footage lined up with his movements, and his lies during questioning kept stacking up. Boy B's case was trickier. The main evidence against him came from his own words during interrogation. He admitted leading Anna to Boy A, but then tried to backtrack. And then came one of the strangest twists. Boy B told investigators that he and Boy A were part of a satanic cult. He claimed the killing was some kind of ritual. Later, under pressure, he admitted it wasn't true at all. He said it was just a homework club. That lie alone showed how desperate he was to explain away what had happened. After weeks of testimony and 14 hours of jury deliberation, the verdict finally came on June 18, 2019. Boy A was found guilty of murder and aggravated sexual assault. Boy B was found guilty of murder. Ireland was shocked. For the first time in the nation's history, two children so young were convicted of such a brutal crime. Sentencing came on November 5, 2019. The courtroom was packed. Journalists, Anna's family, members of the public, everyone wanted to see how Ireland would deal with two 13-year-olds convicted of murder. Boy A was given life imprisonment with a review set after 12 years. His separate conviction for aggravated sexual assault ran at the same time. Boy B was sentenced to 15 years with a review after 8. Those reviews meant the courts could re-evaluate them as they got older, since they were children when the crime happened. The judge made it clear, Ireland had never seen a case like this. Two schoolboys, now officially the youngest murder convicts in the country's history. The system had to balance punishment with the chance of rehabilitation, even though the crime was horrific. In the years since, there have been more twists. In October 2022, Boy B withdrew his appeal. He chose to accept his conviction. In 2024, Ireland's Supreme Court ruled on cases where people had tried to identify the boys publicly. That's illegal under Irish law, and the courts reinforced those protections. The question now isn't just about justice for Anna. It's also about what happens when those boys grow up. New identities, new lives. The Irish public isn't sure if it's ready for that. This whole case is proof that the internet never forgets. Every message, every search, every step you take online, it leaves a mark. Boy A and Boy B thought they could trick the world, but their digital shadows gave them away. CCTV cameras, chat logs, search histories, deleted messages, the kind of evidence that doesn't vanish just because you hit clear. And here's the haunting twist. Anna herself had once created fake accounts online to bully herself. She used the internet to hide behind masks, maybe to cope, maybe to control the story. But in the end, the very thing that isolated her, the digital world, became the tool that brought her killers down. So tonight, when you scroll through your phone, remember this. Every post, every private chat, every late night search, it's all leaving breadcrumbs. You might think you're invisible, but someone somewhere can still follow the trail. Anna's killers learned that the hard way.